Tag zusammen. Unser kleiner Detektiv muss zurück zu Yokohama 99. Obwohl es so wieder Yokohama 99. Oh, holy shit. Oh, da sind wir ja am Arsch der Welt. Ich nehme Taxi. Wo ist das Taxi? Da ist doch das Taxi schon. Ah! Alt, aber da drüben ist etwas, was wir aufsammeln können. Ist wichtig. Leere Flasche. Wo soll es denn hingehen? Nee. Das war das Gewerbeviertel. Ja, ich hab's mir gemerkt. Wow. Wow. Ich glaube, das habe ich mir auch gemerkt. Oder? Jo. Oh. Aber nicht gegen die, wir rennen nicht gegen die Tür. Oh, sind wir brav. Und jetzt wird wieder gelabert.
It's hard to imagine. And you're saying Sawa-sensei was given this picture?
Right. And it must have really shaken her up. She wouldn't even stick around to have a chat. Some mysterious woman handed her the photo. She's gotta be linked to Hiro Mikoshiba's murder in one way or another. If I had to guess, she's working with or for Ehara. But I couldn't tell you how they're connected.
It might even be that she's the one who hired the Yokohama Leomong to attack you at that restaurant. If they're telling you to drop the Mikoshiba case, they're connected too.
A threat like that might have worked on a run-of-the-mill detective in over his head.
But how do you think you even got on their radar at all, Yagamishi? Mikoshiba's case is so big they needed hired muscle to stop you?
If I'm that much of a thorn in their side, the police investigation is worse.
Yeah, that's true. Even if they stop you in your tracks, Kanagawa police would just pick up the trail right where you left off.
I have to figure, I'm not the one they were really there to threaten into staying silent. It was Sawa-sensei. 4 years ago when Toshiro Ehara killed himself. Apparently, she thought Mikoshiba was the one bullying him. I set up that meeting with her so she could tell me more about what really happened at the time. But as of now, someone's pretty bent on making sure she doesn't reveal that. That'd be my guess.
Well, if that's the case, I'm afraid their threats were actually pretty effective. Sawa-sensei's lips are sealed now. There's not much we can really do about it.
Don't worry. I'm not near done yet. Besides, they've already made one big mistake.
Yeah?
They hired a gang thinking they could scare a detective off the scent. No way in hell they're expecting me to double down even harder on it.
You're totally right. That was a rather massive oversight on their part.
Yeah.
That night, the news broke on every channel and across the internet that the corpse found in Ijincho had been identified. Every student, teacher, and faculty member at Serio High School would know how Hiro Mikoshiba died. The details were heartbreaking, and a lot of lives were about to be turned upside down.
Okay. Ist das jetzt das nächste Kapitel?
The alleged bully, Hiro Mikoshiba, turns up dead. There is no mistaking the motive in his murder. As Yagami looks into the heart of the matter, a suicide 4 years prior, he is met with brutal backlash from the underworld. Why does Yagami face resistance at every turn? As night falls over Ichincho, the answer slips further into darkness.
Okay. Kapitel 4, Rotes Messer. Oh. Oh.
Yes, we have grief counselors on site.
Hello. You've reached
Yes.
Stereo High School. Yes.
That's right.
It's tragic news. Mikoshiba-kun was one of our student teachers here, and the school is coping with it as best we can.
Of course. Yes, our parents and guardians have every right to be upset about this.
Da ist ja die Hölle los.
Oh, yes.
Now to the murder victim found in Izazaki Ijinsho. Authorities announced that they have identified the body as Hiro Mikoshiba, a student teacher at Seirio High School. Autopsy reports indicate the cause of death was blood loss from a sharp object. Mikoshiba was reported as a missing person 2 months
So,
ago in October, and
what's the
police
plan
said
today,
this
fellas?
was early on.
Honest, this hangover is kicking my ass. I'm gonna be kinda useless.
Maybe don't drink until sunrise.
That's no good. Without you, Kaito-san, who's gonna be the brains of this whole operation?
You'll have to manage, man.
I figure I'll head back to Serio High today. I should check in on Sawa-sensei, see how she's holding up.
She's got a lot on her shoulders now, huh? Pretty teacher like her doesn't deserve it.
Dabei ist sie eine hübsche Lehrerin. Ja, Kaito.
Right from the outset, Sawa-sensei flat out denied that Mikoshiba ever bullied Toshiro Hara. But then we learned she confronted him about his actions 4 years ago. Which means she was starting to suspect he was the bully.
Then some chicken shades shows up, makes some threats, and suddenly teacher's lips are sealed
Whoever she was, she has to be involved with the murder. How else could she have Mikoshiba's picture from right before he died?
It's almost like the killer was trying to hide any trace of bullying. And if so, that's pretty bizarre.
Why is that?
I mean, if Mikoshiba really was the bully, why bother covering that up? Wouldn't it work in their favor if word of that spread? That way the murder would be, I don't know, more justified?
Yeah, I do see the logic there.
Okay. But what gets me is, why would Sawa-sensei change her answer like that?
Have you considered she may have been pressured to hide the truth? Perhaps by an overcautious superior? I wouldn't put it past Chairman Okuda to pull something like that.
I doubt he has that kind of sway over her, though. Sawa-sensei doesn't exactly mince words with him. Guess we'll have to ask her directly if we really want to know.
Yeah, but didn't she make it pretty clear you need to keep your distance?
What kind of a detective would I be if I gave up because of that?
Point taken. Well, is there anything I can do to help?
Oh, sure is. Help me kick this damn hangover.
Auf Kaitos aufpassen.
Might as well hang back, Sugiura. Only I can get in and out of the school without raising a red flag right now.
Okay. Passt auf Kaito auf. Ah. Hat der wirklich was zu tun? Der Grundtarif. Oh, da ist ja lauter Zeug. Das will ich jetzt erst haben. Na, sag mal, du sollst das aufsammeln. Da. Ja, okay, dann gehen wir brav hier rum. Ein Zweig. Haben wir noch was hier? Nicht so schnell, da kriegt man Augenkrebs von.
Hm?
Blasser junger Mann. Okay, leisten wir mal Erste Hilfe.
Excuse me.
Wer sind
Yagami.
Sie? Takayuki.
Yep. Yep.
Ja. Ogikubo. Hanamitsuki. Yagamo. Hm.
Ah,
Wir waren jung und brauchten das Geld. Das Rad des Giganten, das über den Baum ist. Und 2 Schritte nach Osten. Oh.
I see.
Oh Gott. Wir haben keine Ahnung mehr.
hi.
Gott. Blicken auf Gemeinschaft. Wo ist die Zeitkapsel? Wo ist es denn nur, die Zeitkapsel? Jetzt ist der Lebenfall weg. Okay. Dann gehen wir. Regenwurm. Der ist gut. Den Dummy begossene Pudel. Aber wo muss ich jetzt lang? Achso, Aufzug. Dritten okay, ist das richtig? Wir werden sehen. Natürlich ist das nicht richtig. Begib dich ins Lehrerzimmer. Viertes okay oder was im zweiten? Dann war es im zweiten. Da war ich nämlich noch nicht. Na bitte. Ups, Entschuldigung. Alte Platine. Okay, wir sind angekommen im Lehrerzimmer.
Excuse me, Yagami-san?
Huh? Koda-san, what's up? Did a teacher call you over?
Actually, I wanted to talk to you.
Okay.
I saw it on the news earlier. Mikoshiba-sensei was killed. But you already knew that, didn't you?
Yeah.
I figured you knew something.
Guess that's why you've been asking about him. You should have told us, man.
I couldn't. I knew how hard you guys would have taken it.
You know who did it? I mean a lot for us to know. Seeing how he looked after us and all.
We're still in the dark about that, mostly. Unless you guys have any leads. All we have to go on is he was probably killed soon after he stopped going to class.
So, he really was murdered.
He said on TV it took them 2 months to find the body. Could that mean it happened on the day he went missing?
A good theory, Matsune, but you're starting to sound like one of those mystery club geeks.
Oh, what did Sawa-sensei tell you? She give you anything solid?
Nah, we didn't really get into it yesterday. Way too many, other things came up.
Damn. It's just... It's hard hearing all this, man. Will you at least keep us posted if you find out anything?
No promises, I'm afraid. But hey, I'm glad you guys are warming up to me.
I'm Matsui, by the way.
That's more like it.
Wow.
Could you keep me in the loop too? I didn't like Mikoshiba-sensei much, but I never imagined this. Now I'm kinda conflicted about the whole thing.
I get that.
Anyway, I should get going.
Tja.
Hey, Sawa-sensei?
Look, I know I can't keep you off campus. I don't have that kind of authority. But would you please stop bothering me?
Can you at least tell me what happened yesterday?
Enough! How many times must I repeat myself?
Okay, ah Mann. Warum redet die nicht? Und jetzt? Okay.
Hey, Tsukumo? It's me. You think you could pin down where Mikoshiba's body was discovered?
Of course. In fact, I can do that pretty quickly. Why?
Did you want to go there now?
That's the idea.
Okay, but do note that it's been a few days since they found him. The police may have already scooped up the evidence.
Yeah, but I want to check it out anyway. Then I can decide if it was a waste of time.
In other words, you've got a detective's intuition? Okay, here we go. They found Mikoshiba's body in an abandoned building near Sakura River. It's near a small park. On the second floor of the building, specifically. The first floor is just a bunch of empty boutiques.
You're the man, Tsukumo. Thanks.
Finde den Tatort. Zum Sakura River. Müssen wir. Ach halt. Ja, und ich kann natürlich unten wieder völlig verkehrt. Na. Da. Ist ja gar nicht so weit weg. Das müssten wir eigentlich schaffen zu Fuß. Jetzt kriegen wir noch einen Nebenfall. Oh Gott. Schlagwort erhalten. Okay, aber jetzt muss ich erstmal zum Tatort. Die Nebenfälle können wir immer noch irgendwann mal machen. Es ist rot. Es ist rot. Es ist grün. Ach du heilige Scheiße. Ich bin ja gesagt. Ach, mein Gott.
What a waste.
Rums, rums. Nee. Ups, Entschuldigung. Da kommen schon wieder die nächsten. Göttliches Wasser. Aber wir müssen genau in die andere Richtung. Halt. Mysteriöser Stein. Noch ein mysteriöser Stein. Ich sehe nichts. Ich hab nichts gesehen. Ja, jetzt renne ich wieder in die verkehrte Richtung. Da muss ich lang. Ah. Das ist das Gebäude. Oh Gott. Ich schätze mal, wir müssen klettern. Kein Wunder, das.
What the? Huch. Okay, da haben wir gestanden. Aha.
Nix, aha. Stört meine Kreise nicht. Das hasse ich irgendwie.
Hey.
Ah ja. Okay. Oh. Muss ich das erstmal mitnehmen? Bienenstock, holy shit.
Suspicious.
Ups.
Hey.
Na. Okay. Wo war jetzt das offene Fenster? Ach du Scheiße. Den du im richtigen Moment im Sprinten Dings drückst. Ach du Scheiße. Okay. Ups. Oh, ich hab's geschafft. Ich staune und wundere mich. Okay. Und jetzt? Wo muss er jetzt? Wo will er jetzt? Ach du Scheiße. Ah ja. Oh. Das kennen wir ja von Dingenskirchen. Von mein Inventar ist voll. Aber ist doch doof. Wieso ist denn das voll? Okay. Muss ich hier? Ja. Mein Inventar ist voll. Oder wie, oder was? Ach du Scheiße, wo muss ich denn jetzt? Wie komme ich jetzt da hoch? Ah, ich weiß. Wir müssen balancieren. Hier rüber balancieren. Oh. Ah. Ach du Scheiße. Wo müssen wir jetzt? Ach so, wir müssen da hoch. Kommen wir jetzt da hoch? Sprünge beim Klettern. L und um zu einem müssen wir jetzt hin? L und da hoch. Na los. Oh, geschafft.
Hello?
Gerade richtig geschafft.
Anybody here? Coming through. Now, where exactly was the body? There's got to be some clues that'll give me that.
Okay. Da unten ist ein Pfeil. Da unten war die Leiche.
Huh? Are these burn marks? What the? Hey.
Halt! Na. Das ist kein Tatort, das ist ein Mordfundort. Das hatten wir schon. Ah, Fußspur.
Aha.
Fußspuren. Die hatten wir schon.
Suspicious.
Okay. Deiner Fallakte. Jetzt gucken wir mal in die Fallakte. Oh, da haben wir ja jede Menge. Das Foto. Verräterische Brandspuren. Und ein Blutfleck. Die müssen wir auch. Haben wir auch noch nicht. Jetzt haben wir aber alles. Da kommt einer ran. Ach, der Polizist.
Hey, I heard something. Who's there? State your name and purpose.
Well...
Get some backup over here.
Hey, now, wait a second. Can we maybe talk this out?
Put your hands up and turn around.
Ja, jetzt wird er noch
Who are you and
verhaftet.
what were you up to?
Ah, shit.
Takayuki Yagami. The Yagami Detective Agency.
Yeah, in Kamurocho.
Der Columbo-Verschnitt.
Weren't you the guy at Serio yesterday? I could have sworn I saw your face there.
Wirklich, jetzt fehlt nur noch die Zigarre. Ah, und
My
Hund.
name's Watanabe. Kanagawa PD Division 1. Charmed, I'm sure.
Kizuko Watanabe.
This fella here is Sakurai.
Sup?
So, you think barging into a crime scene was a real bright idea?
What, I thought you guys were done here. I figured I could take a look around. What?
You wouldn't happen to be working with Genda Law, would you?
Huh?
You hear on Shirosaki Sensei's business? Saori Shirosaki, right? The grouchy one.
Okay, how'd you know?
Well, it started when Miko Shiba's body turned up. Once our investigation kicked off, we found out about that pervert cop in Tokyo. Seems he knew where the body would be. But when we went to go see him, HQ pumped the brakes. They said no interviews on this one. Much to our amusement, we ended up being directed to Shirosaki, the perv's lawyer. So being that Genda Law office is in Kamurocho, and you're a Kamurocho detective working your case, that means either the two of you are connected, or I'm really losing my touch.
Well, You've certainly got my number. Now that you know, how about taking these cuffs off?
Smooth, but the jury's still out on you, pal. First, you got any thoughts on all that?
On anything specific?
The part about HQ locking us out of interviewing Ehara, smart guy. Here we are with a material witness who it turns out knew about a corpse rotting away for 2 months. And those Tokyo chuckleheads just shut us out. Balls even for those tight asses.
Ehara was Tokyo PD, so wouldn't they want to protect him? They probably want it handled discreetly.
Nah, if only it were that simple. This isn't about protection. They get burnt real bad if they try to bury this shit under the rug. Besides, then there's this cop a nasty creep. He's got ties to a fucking murder. Another prefecture blows the lid on that, the top brass may as well kiss their jobs goodbye. Heads would roll. They've got to wash the shit stains off their laundry to keep their asses clean.
Yeah, I could see how that makes sense.
Anyway, so HQ told us their boys would look into Ehara. What we had to do was hand them our notes on the murder. Can you believe that crap? Like hell we're gonna bend over for them. But look where that's got us. Now nobody's interrogated Ehara.
Are Kanagawa and Tokyo PD really fighting over who gets the credit? Don't tell me they're that petty.
Like you wouldn't believe. Well, the higher-ups play intel hoarding games. Ehara's just sitting pretty. Shit. The cop's supposed to be chasing down the perps. Instead, here I am with my hands tied, bitching to a PI.
So I'm your therapist now.
I was gonna take you down to the station, put the squeeze on you. But if you're a half-decent detective, maybe we can collaborate.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I mean, you came all the way from Kamurocho to sniff around here, right? I highly doubt you found much. But tell me something I don't know and maybe the cuffs will fall off.
You proposing a deal?
Depends on if what you've got is worth making one.
Die zusammen, um ein paar Erkenntnisse mit ihnen zu teilen.
Just so happens I've got some freshly gathered info right here. Hope you like it.
You think we're stupid? How is this gonna be of any help now? Maybe you'd enjoy a night chilling in the slammer.
Well, if that's how you feel, then let me show you something else. Something special.
It better be worth my time. Precious thing to waste, ain't that right?
Das Foto.
Okay. How about this?
What the
Was
hell?
ist es?
Hiro Mikoshiba. Was this taken here? Right before he died?
Where did you get this? What kind of shit you trying to pull?
I could tell you better with the cuffs off.
You're craftier than I thought.
Ja,
Fine.
immerhin.
Let him loose.
Okay.
All right, let me get this straight. Right before you met up with this Seiryo High teacher, a strange woman showed up with this photo.
Yeah. I couldn't get a good look at her. But it seems whatever threat she made worked. Sawa-sensei wouldn't say a thing after that.
Saw was the one who supervised Mikoshiba for his student teaching program.
I know that. So, this woman you're talking about must have had it in with the culprits. You know, they were working in a group.
That's quite a revelation. What makes you so sure about that?
Sakurai, show him the photo of the body. And spare me the protocol lecture. I'm sick of this going nowhere. If Hotshot here is gonna look into Ehara for us, we may as well take advantage of it.
You're the boss, Nabe-san.
Mikoshiba
Yeah.
was last seen alive 2 months ago, October 7th, 6:30 a.m. He was talking to his mother as he exited their house back in the city. Since there were no other sightings of him, it's likely he was abducted a short ways from his home. This had to be done by vehicle, as common sense would tell us. So there must have been at least 2 suspects, a driver and a handler. If it were me, I'd have put 3 on the job.
So that's why you figured it was a group effort. Sounds logical to me.
Mm-hmm. Now, according to the autopsy report, they found food in the poor guy's stomach. Based on how digested it was, we can assume he was killed at least an hour after breakfast, putting it around 7:30. And not long after, he was brought here. His throat was slit with a knife.
Das blutige Messer. Das rote
Get all that
Messer.
hot shot. And what was our friend Ehara doing at that time? The old perv was walking through Ikebukuro's ticket gates around 7:43 a.m. This was stated in court and corroborated by multiple security tapes.
But if that's true, he couldn't possibly have killed Mikoshiba. It's 30 kilometers between here and Ikebukuro.
Yeah, that's the meat of his alibi. Yet somehow he knew Mikoshiba's body would be discovered 2 months after his arrest, despite being in custody the whole time. So there's no doubt he's connected to the killers. If we just put the screws to him, he'd squeal. Damn it, HQ! Why the hell are we out here working the site if it's already been picked clean?
All right, Nabe-san. Deep breaths.
Bleibt cool.
Yeah. Do you see why we've got to get someone in to talk to Ehara? Hell, beg Shirosaki-sensei for a visit if you have to. HQ can't say squat about his attorney visiting.
Was für ein Bulle. Wir haben uns gerade erst kennengelernt und ich bin auf dem besten Weg, sein Aufbursche zu werden. Aber ich bin ja auch nicht
What you
besser.
said raises some questions of my own, about the crime scene and the body.
Oh yeah? Ask away then.
Eigentümer des Gebäudes.
Doesn't this place have a manager? I'm sure it wasn't always like this.
There is a property owner. He's been around Ijincho forever. The building's been deserted for 2. Apparently, there was a padlock to keep the homeless out, but it was long gone by the time they found the body. Broken by the killers, most likely.
How narrow is the window for Mikoshiba's estimated time of death?
Based on how digested his breakfast was, he was killed somewhere between 7:30 and noon on the morning of October 7th.
Pretty impressed you can narrow it down like that with a 2-month-old corpse.
Yeah, well, the window gets much bigger if we consider the possibility that the killers forced Mikoshiba to eat. At any point after the kidnapping, they could have made him eat a typical Mikoshiba family breakfast.
It's possible. All they had to do was make him say what he usually eats.
Good, we're on the same page. Now, if we take into account the decomposition of the body, Mikoshiba's estimated time of death actually ranges from 7:30 a.m. on October 7th all the way to the end of that month.
3 weeks? That's a massive gap. Can't we narrow it down further?
The body's just too decomposed to do that. But expand the time frame all you want. Ehara was in custody through the whole thing. So we could—
Right. He spent 2 months behind bars. Hate to think a different crime got him such a strong—
In any case, someone else killed Mikoshiba. If we could just get in the same room, so we know who that is.
Stimmt. Die Todesursache.
How narrow is the window for
das
Mikoshiba's
haben wir doch
Based on how
schon.
Pretty impressed you could—
Yeah.
Warum ging das
window
nicht
at any
weiter?
point after the kid—
It's possible.
Good. We're on the same. Mikoshiba's estimated—
3 weeks?
The body's just too deep, but expand the time frame.
Right.
In any case,
Menno! So, jetzt
What
müssen
was
wir
the
jetzt alles
victim's cause of
abfahren.
death? The news called it a massive hemorrhage.
yep. They slit his throat and let him bleed to death. After tying him to a chair, the killer stood behind him, lifting his chin with his left hand.
Sounds like you guys have that bit on lockdown, huh?
It's one of the few things we're sure of.
Jetzt geht es.
I noticed the burn marks on the floor in the shape of an arrow. What's with that?
Es hat's gebrannt.
Somebody lit flares here, ones that shoot red smoke. It was only a matter of time before the fire department got called, and they're the ones who stumbled on the body.
Ah ja,
Pretty
stimmt.
obvious the culprit set up a smoke signal to make sure the body got found. They probably had the timing all worked out with Ehara so he could predict the body's discovery from maximum impact. And that's exactly what he did, just as the judge handed down the sentence.
What would be the point of that, though?
For all I know, he just wanted to blow everyone's minds.
Meine Güte. Der Zustand der
What
Leiche,
shape was the
das
body
wissen
in
wir
when it
doch.
was found?
Full of maggots and decomposing bad. His hands were zip-tied behind the chair, securing him in place. The cause of death was the throat wound, but before that, they really worked him over.
Damn.
They even broke all his fingers. On
Oh
both
Gott.
That sounds painful.
Fucked up, right? I'm guessing a professional did this. Could be Yakuza, could be Mafia. Take your pick. We've got some guys checking that angle out too, just to make sure there's no stone left unturned.
Ja, ja, ja. Jetzt die Mordwaffe.
Has the murder weapon been found?
No, there were no weapons at the scene. Real shame. That'd be some.
So when you said it was a knife, was that a guess based on analyzing the wound?
I wouldn't call it a guess. The coroner outright stated that the weapon was a sharp knife-like instrument.
Okay, keine weiteren Fragen.
I think I'm starting to get the picture here. That should be it for questions.
Tell me, you detectives out in Kamurocho always this hands-on?
Sorry, what?
I'm saying you guys work quick. We had barely set foot in Seiryo High, and you already had the run of the place. Hell, you even closed in on that Sawa sensei and got a meeting with her.
I was just lucky to have been there on another case.
Is that right? What?
Uh-oh.
What's wrong?
Somebody's spying on us with binoculars.
No shit?
3 men, 30s probably. The one with binoculars is wearing a black jacket. My number's on my card!
Yagami!
Hey, wait up!
Oh.
Hold up!
Ach du Scheiße. Ah. Ich hasse solche Verfolgungsjagden. Ah. Nur los. Wer ist hier denn? Los. Los. Hey, Yagami. Okay, das machen wir später nochmal. Zeit für ein Break. Danke fürs Anschauen. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss.